What's up guys, Mo here, welcome back to another video. So as promised in the last video guys, today I'm going to be introducing you to a new concept called Orderflow. Okay, so really quickly to get into Orderflow, it simply just allows you, it's another confirmation really for me. I mean a lot of people trade just by it, but I add this into my trading arsenal basically, and it's another confirmation for me to be able to take my trades, okay, and to check if my institutional cans are usually going to work or not. Okay, basically what Orderflow does is it allows you to delve deep into the candle and understand everything that's happening in the candle, understanding if buyers or sellers are in control, understanding all the contracts and orders going into the offer and bid side. Okay, this is different to then a normal just price action chart where you actually don't know if there's buyers or sellers in control here. You can only kind of see where the candle opened and where it closed. You don't know exactly where most of the trading took place, etc. Okay, so this is a perfect tool to be able to understand if the market is going to create any traps for the buyers and sellers, and to kind of see what the institutions are doing. At the end of the day, it is an order flow footprint. Okay, so you can see the footprints of basically the flow of orders inside the market, okay, and inside these institutional candles and normal candles. So really quickly today, I'm not really going to be going over all the theory behind it, what's happening. I'm going to kind of just introduce you to it, and I'm going to show you guys how I can kind of actually use this in my trading. Okay, there's multiple ways, multiple strategies when it comes to order flow, but we use realistically three main kind of techniques for order flow. Okay, and one of the main ones would be looking at our buyer and seller traps. Now I know a lot of you guys are very interested in understanding what order flow is, because very few people out there actually know about it, and there's literally very few trading educators when it comes to order flow, and we believe this is an absolute crucial tool, especially when you're studying the institutional concepts. Okay, now obviously as you guys know, most of our signals are actually order flow signals. Okay, so it allows you to take extremely accurate trading setups, usually very low risk, okay, and no stop losses, and usually when you get into the trade, boom, instantly into profit. Okay, so these setups are very nice if you're able to catch it. Now obviously it kind of looks difficult, it kind of looks confusing once you first look at it, but realistically all it does is breaks down each and every candle, and you can get to see the orders on each side. Okay, so really quickly I'm going to show you guys right here. I'm going to zoom in, I'm just going to zoom in into one candle. Okay, now one of the main things that you guys can see here is you can see numbers on both sides. Now with this order flow software, before I start, there's many order flow softwares out there. I know they're very expensive, but we are working on partnering up in the next few days with an order flow software provider, and he'll be providing all the software directly to you guys for anyone that's actually interested in getting the software. Okay, but you don't actually have to get it, it's not compulsory, it's more of a choice. Okay, so as I said, if you zoom into the candlestick on its own, you can kind of see we have orders on the right, okay, numbers on the right, numbers on the left, and all shown is just how many offers are going into the bid, etc. And you're reading price diagonally. Okay, so from 57 to 25, from 74 to 33, etc. This doesn't matter right now. Okay, as I said, I'm not really going to go into the theory. And then you can kind of see some numbers are colored in red and some numbers are colored in blue. Okay, so red numbers, blue numbers, etc. And all this is showing us is imbalances. If you guys kind of watch my other videos, all an imbalance shows you is there's inefficiency in the market. Okay, so it's kind of showing you that there was aggressive buyers or sellers in this market and the orders aren't balanced at this area. Okay, then another thing is we have stacked imbalances. This shows you aggressiveness, okay, and aggressiveness in the market, and it usually will act as support or resistance for you. So a lot of time the market will come back and trade into these stacked imbalance areas, okay, and then react right off them. So usually what we would like to see is a wick right into our stacked imbalance area, and our stacked imbalance area will usually be right around an institutional candle. Okay, now another thing that we usually like to see is a red number on the bottom of a big bullish green candlestick and a blue number on the top of a big red institutional candlestick, or any candlestick really. Okay, what this shows us right here is seller traps and buyer traps. That's all it does. Okay, so if you take a look, for example, at this big candle that we had right here, okay, if we take a look at the bottom of the wick right here, we had red numbers, and all this is showing us right here is that we had sellers trapped right this area. So we had aggressive selling right at the bottom of this institutional, right at the bottom of this candle right here, okay, and then the market just absolutely reversed. Okay, so this is showing me that there was literally sellers being trapped right at the low right here, and the minute they got trapped, the market reversed right at the top. Okay, usually another thing you would like to see is the COT being traded right at the bottom right here. Basically, this is just the commitment of traders. Okay, don't get it confused with the COT. Okay, with the COT data, I know this is different. Okay, so this is the commitment trading. It's all showing you is where most of the volume inside the candlestick was being traded. So where most of the buying and selling was occurring in the candlestick. Okay, for that time frame really. Okay, if it was a 30-minute or the 1 hour, etc. So you can see this is where most of the volume is, and usually the closer that COT box right here is closer to the bottom, it usually what it will show you is it will confirm more of that trap. So if we have it right at the bottom here, you'll see that price action was just buying and selling was just occurring a lot below this level, and then out of nowhere, boom, the buying starts coming in. Okay, so this usually would be the buyer seller trap, and this is constant, and this is the typical manipulation that you get from the institutions. Okay, so if you understand the smart money concept, this should be a piece of cake for you to understand after just getting the practice in and just understanding these traps, etc. Okay, so you had seller and buyer traps right at this level. Okay, you had sellers being trapped. Okay, so red numbers right at the bottom of this blue big wick, and then price went up, price retraced back down into this area and this institutional candlestick, and then once again, what did we have? More traps. Okay, so we had another trap. So at one point, the candle trade all the way down here, trapped people right at this area. And then usually when you have a single print right at the bottom of this wick, okay, usually will identify a reversal for you. Once again, the COT, okay, is below the body, so traded right into the wick. This commitment of trade was right here, so most of the trading was happening at this area, and then it traded bullish. Then what does the candle do? Price comes back down right into our commitment of traders and our imbalance right here. Okay, so fills in the inefficiency right here. Okay, and then boom, price buys up. Okay, you could have taken your trade right here. We had another single print, and then you could have bought up once again. Once again, price trades back in here into this level, commitment of traders. We have a single print, and boom. So you could have bought right here. So you could have sold USD CAD, because remember, we're looking at the futures of the CAD. So if we're looking at the futures of CAD and CAD is buying up, then USD CAD is going to be selling. So don't forget the correlations that are happening right there. Okay, so that is one way of looking at it. So using these seller traps, etc., as entries, okay, and using these single prints to kind of give you confirmation where the market could potentially reverse, because all it's showing you is here there was literally one buyer. Okay, there was literally one seller at this area. Okay, one order was being traded at this level, and then the market reversed, and you can see we have a seller being trapped right here. Okay, so we have a selling imbalance. Okay, 28 traders got trapped. Okay, and then boom, the market pushed straight through. Now, another way you can use it is to identify if an institutional candle is going to work from your area or not. Okay, so if we take a look right here at this normal price chart. So back in Friday, we were looking to buy. Okay, we were looking to buy from this IC, and this is why you can see how this IC literally worked for 1 hour. Okay, and then it didn't go all the way up. It literally just broke structure and broke down here with a lot of volume. Now right here, you wouldn't have known why it didn't work. Okay, even though the market was kind of bullish right here. Okay, it broke structure to the upside. From a technical analysis, this would have been a fairly good buy to get into. Okay, liquidity was cleared, everything was great. But if you look, okay, from an order flow perspective, you can see why this happened right here. You can see how we had, okay, massive seller trap right here. So you can see usually the seller trap, okay, usually the commitment of trades right here, there's going to be massive orders, and we have a stacked imbalance right here. Okay, so a lot of aggressive sellers coming in to the market, and usually when you have a lot of sellers, okay, a lot of aggressiveness inside of a normal candle like this, okay, especially at the bottom, and price still fails to push down, usually this will indicate a reversal. Okay, because you can see how much orders right here. If you add up all these orders right here, okay, much bigger than these usual normal ones that we have right here. Okay, the 20, 23, 2019, then you have 148, 256, 1112, and the market still failed to push down lower, and it just pushed right up. So if the market right here, if the 6C future was pushing up, that means that our USD CAD was pushing down. So even though we did react right off our institutional candle, okay, and we pushed down for a little bit, okay, once we seen that trap occur, okay, once we see the trap occur, and once again we have another confirmation of our commitment of traders trading right underneath the body, okay, and right inside this wick, and then reversing into a bullish candle, you can see that this is clear seller trap, okay, and then now boom, you have buying imbalance coming in here, aggressiveness now to the upside. So you can see, phew, absolutely flew, and this is why our USD CAD trade failed right here. So this is a perfect way to look at these confirmations in the market to check if your institutional candle is going to work or not, because if you weren't able to break down exactly what was happening, you wouldn't have actually been able to see that there was any buyer seller traps here, okay, because you weren't able to see any liquidity really being swooped, okay. But inside the candle, you can actually see exactly what's happening inside the candle, and you can see the manipulation inside the candle, okay. Usually with normal price action charts, you can see kind of the manipulation occurring with multiple candles, okay, with multiple highs, multiple lows, okay, but you usually can't see what's occurring in just one candle, which Orderflow allows you to do so, okay. Now obviously I know the market's fractal, you can break it down, etc., but you get what I mean right here, okay. So I'm going to be showing you one more example of a few. As I said, a lot of our trades are sent out from an order flow perspective in our signals group, and it's very successful. So for example, you can see here our Euro USD trade, one of our Euro USD trades. This was one of the trades sent out last week into our signals group by the Brad, our order signal provider, okay. Absolute beast of a trader, which we are coming out with him with an order flow course literally in the next week for you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I know you guys are anticipating this a lot, and this is going to take your trading to the absolute next level, especially if you have Wyckoff under your belt, you have Smart Money Concepts and Orderflow, because Orderflow is a confirmation, okay. Wyckoff is for direction, and then Smart Money Concepts is for your entries, okay, so for your market structure, institutional accounts, etc. So here's another example, okay. We had a big bullish candle right here, but at the bottom you can see a stacked imbalance, okay. A lot of orders being trapped, red stacked imbalance right here, sellers being trapped, price tracer right here, and I said you guys can find this area usually as a support, okay. These stacked imbalances support, okay. So boom, this is where you would have bought right here. Once again, stacked imbalances, you would have bought right here. Once this seller trap usually occurs, you usually find buy imbalances coming into the market on bullish on bullish candles to show you guys at the aggressiveness that is on the other side when it reverses, okay. I'm saying institutional candles so much because I'm used to talking about institutional candles, so apologies about that. But then here you can see the trade, okay. Once we took it, okay, so this is a trade right here, there you go. So we were able to buy right at this level, and once again, see, once the trade gets triggered, very volatile in the other direction, and you get a nice big up push right here, okay. So that is pretty much it for Orderflow, guys. As I said, guys, I'm going to be coming out with a lot of new videos regarding Wyckoff, Orderflow, etc. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys would like to see. Let me know if you've ever heard of this concept before, and as usual, if you're interested in hopping on our team, make sure to head on to fuacademy.io and get signed up right there. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.